second attempt at a frozen embryo transfer went like this. Hi, my name is Ala, by the way. It failed. When we got through to transferring the embryo, which I'll tell you a little bit more in a second, but I remember when I got the call from the fertility clinic, I was mostly expecting to hear, no, sorry, not this time, since I did take home a pregnancy test the day before, and I did one the morning of, and both I got one line, both times. I hate saying that one line. Now, the decision to take home a pregnancy test wasn't an easy one, I'll tell you that. On one hand, I really wanted to know, was it positive results? But on the other hand, I didn't want to see that negative result earlier than I had to. I loved having the feeling that this might be the one. Of course, we would have to confirm 100% with the blood test at the clinic. But even though the home pregnancy test came back negative and not pregnant, the box says 99% accurate. So there's still that 1% chance that maybe it's too early for the pea stick to tell. And maybe the clinic will still call and say, yes, congratulations, you are pregnant. Now 10 more weeks of injections and vagina estrogen pills. Yay! Now, look, all things aside, I want you to really think about this. I want you to think about, like, how strong are we? In order to keep our embryos alive and continuing to develop into little human beings, we have to take daily injections of progesterone oil in the butt muscle and take one pill every 8 hours, 3 times a day, vaginally for another 10 weeks. Yes, I said vaginally. And yes, I would bring rubber gloves to work every day, and at 2:20 p.m. I would go into the bathroom with my pill and my rubber gloves, and I would stick one up there and then return to my desk like nothing happened. We are superheroes. And if you think about it, the whole time, pre-blood test, we don't have any guarantee that it will work and that we will be pregnant and we will have a baby in our arms in 9 months. Nope, nada. But we do it anyways, out of the love in our hearts and the hope for the 50-50 chance to grow our family with a little munchkin. All right, let me get back to what happened this time. During our first frozen embryo transfer attempt, I only used vaginal estrogen pills 3 times daily, 2 milligram pills. And my lining didn't get thick enough, so it was canceled. This time, my doctor put me on estrogen injections intramuscularly, so into the butt cheeks, every 3 days, and estrogen pills orally every day, 3 times daily. So switched it up a little bit, boosted it up. At first, the ultrasound, our first ultrasound after doing this for 2 weeks, I believe it was, to check the thickness of my lining. The lining was about 6.4 millimeters, which is about the same as last time, even with the switch in the meds. Continue with the injections and switch from oral to vaginal pills, and come back in 1 week, they say. Okay. Next week I return and do another ultrasound, and thankfully the lining had increased to almost 7 millimeters. It was better, not perfect, but a lot better. and I was told to come back a few days later. When I returned a few days later to see if we can go ahead with the frozen embryo transfer, the ultrasound showed liquid in my uterus, which if it didn't clear, we would have to cancel the cycle. So this time, the lining was a bit thicker, so they had me come in, had me add in progesterone oil ejections, also above the butt cheeks, once a day in the evenings. And thankfully that the fluid that was in there did clear, and we went ahead with the frozen embryo transfer. So on the day, our little embryo was developing so great that after being defrosted, it had hatched right before the transfer, ready to be implanted into my uterus. And well, that is what should happen. Like, that is the perfect scenario. And I can't help but feel like there's a living embryo and it put into my body, and then I killed it. My body killed it. In times like these, you can't help but think, was there something that I did? Was there something that I did wrong? Is there something that I should have done differently or more? Did we do the injections right? And I know all these, what are the answers to all these questions. And although I'm pretty sure that the injections were okay, I've done so many by now, but doubting myself and putting myself down is not the answer. Putting yourself down is not the answer. If you're on this journey right now, I just want to tell you that you are wonderful, you are amazing, you are strong, and don't ever give up hope, because you will be an amazing parent one day.